Hello, everyone, and welcome to part 2 of episode 41 of the TEW 2020 New Japan Pro Wrestling Series. As it's part 2 of the G1 Climax, we are booking shows 13 through 28. So, a good majority of the tournament will be booked here, as, of course, we left off after running 3 shows for each block, which, to remind everyone, the standings look like this. Hiromu, Okada, and Joe Doring are tied for first in Block A. Naito was 4, and then Calvin Tankman, Evil, and Taichi and Will Hobbs with 2, and 0 points for Katsuya Kitamura and Satoshi Kojima so far. Block B has, as far as Bryan Danielson and Jay White are tied for first right now. Then the Aosamura, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Shinsuke Nakamura with 4, and Jeff Cobb, Shingo Takagi, and Zack Sabre Jr. with 2, and then 0 points for Leona Fujinami and Tora Tsuchiura. Block C, there's nobody with 6 points in Block C, but Shotaro Ashino is leading the block with 5. Then we have Hiroki Goto, Juice Robinson, and Kota Ibushi, and Miro with 4 points each. 3 points for Brody Lee, Kingston, Fredericks, and Takuya Nomura with 2, and then 0 points for Toru Yano. And Block D, rounding up the list here, is Kenta and Sonata with 6, leading the block, and then 4 points for Shibata and Pac, and 2 points for Hammerstone, Alexander, Sasha Takeda, Tomohiro Ishii, and the Great O'Connor, and 0 points for Toa Inare. As, without further ado here, let's get it rolling. Let's get this show on the road. Let's get these matches on the road. Because, we have some great matches still left to go here. I got us in Osaka Joe Hall for this show. But we have a Dark Order matchup between Tankman and Evil, Katsuya Kitamura and Will Hobbs. I love that match. And Kazuchika Okada taking on Satoshi Kojima, Taichi and Joe Doring, and then Naito versus Hiromu, LIJ versus LIJ. That will be the main for this night, as Ishii passing on microphone work to Harada. As I kind of forgot where we left off at, day 10 was in Osaka, so we probably won't be running there. We are now at the point where we basically ran like everywhere. So now it's down to like 2,000 on hand, unless this is not meant for a normal show. I'm sure we'll figure it out though. As we'll go with the Toyoshi General Gymnasium. That works for me, as since we last ran here day 9. So Naito Hiromu main event. Naito beating Hiromu. Huge win there for Tetsuya Naito. Of course, Hiromu has beaten him, I want to say, twice last year during the, obviously, New Beginning show to become the Intercontinental Champion. Then he beat him during the G1 Climax last year. Naito gets that win back. That's the only time they've had singles matches. You see they've teamed a lot, obviously, together. But that should be a fun little match, though. And, this future title match for Tetsuya Naito there, so that's huge. As far as the co-main, we're going to go with Okada-Kojima match. Just feel like that's a safe bet there, as Okada's going to beat Satoshi Kojima. Then we'll do probably Doring and Taichi. Doring's going to win there in 20 minutes. Then Tankman and Evil, as Tankman's going to beat Evil, so that's a huge win for Calvin Tankman there. Big time win. And then Katsuya Kitamura and Will Hobbs will be a Steel Show match. Katsuya Kitamura gets his first win of the tournament, beating Will Hobbs. Hell yeah. So we'll need a technical masterclass match, I believe. Yes. Which that should be no problem there. We'll just make it be a tag. As I'm thinking a Wado Taguchi Jr. tag match. See what junior teams we could use that can really... Because Reynolds and Silver, I mean, that's not a bad option. Coughlin Connors isn't a bad matchup, to be honest. Which, again, reminds me I have to get the updated picture pack. 16, as, we're going to give the win to Clark Connors here. He's going to be beating Master Wado. Feel like that is the right decision. Yeah, we did this during the New Japan Cup, the final show. We did it on the pre-show. So do this again here during the G1. It's nice to see. It's a 52 for the opener, as Coughlin Connors, 51s and 50s, and Taguchi with a 50. Master Wada with a 40, though, as Clark Connors get the win there, 16-14. 47 for Katsuya Kitamura and Will Hobbs as a... Boy, that is not sounding good for Katsuya Kitamura. I'm sure he'll be out for the rest of this tournament, but at least he goes out with a win, beating Will Hobbs with a lariat in 13-12, and that's a New Japan Strong Openweight title match in the future. There's Tankman and Evil, rather, with a 74. Good little match here as Tankman, the Tankman driver in 1958, outperforms Evil. Awesome win for Calvin Tankman there. 71 for Taichi and Joe Doring. Revolution Bomb for Joe Doring in 1942. Nice little win there. 74 for Satoshi Kojima and Kazuchika Okada. So Okada, of course, 85-38 for Satoshi Kojima. Getting carried in this one. As Kojima takes the Rainmaker in 22-27. As, yeah, good little performance there from Okada, obviously doing a bit of the carry job. And an 82 for a main as Naito beating Hiromu with the Destino in 27-39. I hope that was, I guess it was rated on a normal show, who knows? So it didn't result in any popularity change. Probably not, though, since we didn't have to give a post-match speech, so I'm assuming that was based on a tour show. So that sucks, but we'll make sure we change that, make sure everything's good to go before we go into the, oh wow, as, that's, Scandinavian Shiva. Huh. As, yeah, we'll take a look and make sure everything's set and ready to go. I guess I didn't change some of the shows that were past, like days, 13 and 14, which is weird, but that's okay. That's no big deal. Alrighty, day 14, as we did switch it to normal show at least this time. That should have been a good indicator when we didn't pick a broadcast for New Japan World. Shelton Benjamin was brought before Russell's court, accused of making a mess backstage and not cleaning it up and knowing everyone else, as the judge, Hiroshi Tanahashi, found him guilty and sentenced him to clean it up and then buy drinks right after the show. So what a night this is, though. I mean, Block B is pretty stacked, and you're seeing some big matches here. Danielson and Hayata Tamura is awesome. Tanahashi Sujora, that's a fun match. As far as Deathmatch Ace, looking to bust out some Deathmatch spots. Cobb and Zack Sabre Jr., that's a fun match. And main event's definitely Nakamura and Jay White. I mean, that's awesome. And Fujinami and Shingo is a fun little match as well. As they got us in Osaka Joe Hall, which, bless them for doing that, but I just don't think that's the play here. I think we should go back to Kanto here. And maybe run a Budokan show? Is that a bad idea? I think we'll do that. As, yeah, I think this is a pretty good Budokan card. For this Nakamura and Jay White match, if Nakamura's going to get the win in the main. Then, as far as the co-main, it could really be like a Danielson Hayata Tamura match. It could be a Tanahashi Sujora match. Could really go either way. I think we're going to have Cobb and Zack be a technical masterclass match, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we are. And Cobb's going to win, so that's a huge win for Jeff Cobb. But we won't add that till later. So we'll go with the Danielson Hayata Tamura match, which, boy, if we were to give that one to Hayata Tamura, that'd been a huge win for him to beat both Bryan Danielson and Hiroshi Tanahashi. But Tanahashi's going to beat Sujora here. Then I believe we're doing Fujinami and Shingo as a steal the show match. No, it's just a regular match. Okay, but Shingo's going to beat Fujinami and Jeff Cobb over Zack Sabre Jr. Technical Masterclass matchup, which Zack is a bit unhappy there. Which I can understand that, as he's had a tough go of it as of late as far as starting off the tournament. But it's a huge win, though, for Jeff Cobb, nonetheless. So we should probably have that be a steal the show match. I think we'll change that. Nice. So yeah, now we could just kind of have like a Young Lion match be the opener, which will make it a 6-man. As we'll have Red Narita team with Yu Uemura and Ayato Yoshida. It's kind of the Young Lions of yesteryear. Yoshida being almost 30 now, it's crazy. As I need to take on some established guys, so I was thinking maybe, I don't even think Suzuki-gun have enough for this, to be honest. Now I'm looking at this. I might do the foundation. Do Yehai, Lockhart, and Shelton. And Shelton will be the guy that get us over the hump. As we'll have Shelton beat Yoshida. Nice. Alright, day 14. See what we get. 51 for the opener. Shelton Benjamin and Fred Yehai doing the same. Yoshida with a 49, though. That was pretty good. Narita probably should have took the fall there. As the pay there for Shelton Benjamin in 16-12. 15,000 on hand in Nabone Budokan for this one. 71 for, oh, that's right, we had, oh my god, I'm an idiot. I completely forgot that didn't need to be a technical masterclass match. What a dork. But Zach did phenomenal. And Cobb with the Tour of the Islands, though, in 27-21. Very good match. I can't believe I did that. God, what an idiot. Because we didn't even have to have, like, the foundation in it. We could have just, well, we could have used them and just had to be a regular match. Embarrassing as a 62. As, yeah, I figured that was going to be what was going to happen for the match being too short. But Shingo with the Atomic Bomber, though, in 12-41. Nonetheless, though, gets a big win. There in the G1, an 82 for Tanahashi and Toru Tsujiura. High-Fi Flow in 20 minutes there. Nice win for Tanahashi. It'll be a fun little match, though. And then Danielson and Hayato Tamura's an 80. So again, Danielson with that jumping knee drop. I'm going to have to change that. Just get rid of that in general, because I'm tired of him winning matches with that move. So, yeah, I mean, Tamura, though, 61, not bad at all. And a 90 for our main event. We got bailed out there as the Bumaye for Shinsuke Nakamura. And 29-28 over Jay White. They have great chemistry. Obviously, we really lucked out there because, I'm trying to think, I'm pretty sure Jay White, by the time Nakamura was gone, he was definitely, like, not a young lion anymore. I think he was on excursion by the time Nakamura left. Which, just crazy to think about. So, the big-time matchup, though, for both guys. A big win, though, for Nakamura in the main, and a pretty good show out of it. Thanks to that. Nice Budokan crowd. So we're going to give some love to Nakamura there. We're going to give some love to Hayato Tamura and to Zack Sabre Jr. for his performance. Good stuff there. As on to the next night we go. Alright, day 15 is, they got us a Ryogoku. This night, New Japan World, of course. Backstage instance of Kojima. Brought pizza for the entire locker room, which made everyone happy. Fuck yeah. And then Makabe gave the locker room a lift when he provided created free drinks for everyone. And Yuji Kata passed on psychology tips to the great Okan. So we got a Brody Lee, Eddie Kingston matchup, a Kota Ibushi Miro match, a Shino and Juice. This is a really good show. And Takuya Nomura and Hiroki Goto, that's a fun little match. And then Yano and Fredericks will probably kick off the 5 matches there. I don't know if it should be a Shino and Juice or Ibushi and Miro. That's a tough, as far as what should be the main there. But we will not be running Kanto. We'll probably run Kyushu, looks like. If we can. That's why we can run a 6,000 seater. Yeah, I mean, this is probably our best bet, really, as far as if we're going off of just attendance, but we should probably go off of just the last time we ran a show. So we'll go here. Yeah, Bushi and Miro, I think that should be the main. So Miro's going to get the win there. And 24 minutes, too. That's a great win, though. The first time singles match between the two, so hopefully it's a good little match. Bushi's a little unhappy, so we'll keep him strong. Then we'll do a Shino and Juice. As Shino's going to beat Juice. And then Brody and Kingston. Is Eddie Kingston going to beat the U.S. champ? Huge win there for Eddie Kingston. Kunamura and Goto will probably be a steal the show match. Yep, Goto's going to beat him. It's a big night for Hiroki Goto there. Could have won either way, though, honestly. And Carl Fredericks going to beat Toru Yano. So that's a great win for Carl Fredericks. There in the G1. So I believe we'll need a Technical Masterclass match. For real this time, not just me throwing it out there on a whim. On accident. Let's see here. So we might throw a Rocky Romero sighting. Do Rocky and Yo. And we'll go up against Moriarty and Gresham. Gresham gonna beat Yo. 20 minutes might be a little too much. We'll keep it at 16. We'll run the show. 67 for the opener as Rocky and Yo. Pretty well, but obviously, still pretty far behind Moriarty and Gresham's Gresham with the octopus stretch in 15:47. 45 for Toriano and Carl Fredericks. As Carl Fredericks gets the win in 8 minutes. 61 for Takeda Nomura and Naruki Goto's Goto really off his game. Yeah, just Goto just doesn't have it anymore, unfortunately. It's a damn shame. But Takeda Nomura, though, it's a good showing, though, with a 60. Not bad at all. And Brody Lee losing to Eddie Kingston, back fist to the future. So they've had a couple of matches as far as the G1, or not the G1 rather, the New Japan Cup match this year. Brody beat him, and to get that win for Eddie Kingston, that's huge, and that's a future U.S. title match for Eddie Kingston. 82 for Shino and Juice. Shino with a reverse cross armbar in 26 minutes. 83 for Shino, 71 for Juice Robinson. Main event, though, in 86. It's man with the bullplex in 23:34 for Kota Ibushi. Great performance there from Ibushi. We'll put him over. And Miro with a huge win, though. Nonetheless, that was big. Big win there as Ibushi, Shino, and we'll go with Brody. Good stuff there. So on to Block D we go to the next night, and then we'll be 4 matches in for each of the blocks. Oh yeah, we are just rolling right on through this G1. Alright, day 16 is New Japan World. Backstage Incident, Milano Collection AT, and Yasu Takayano is passing on Psychology, is Milano Collection AT to Yasu Takayano. What a night this is, though. Ishii and Kenta, Pac and Sonata, Okan and Shibata, fuck yeah, Hammerstone and Alexander. That's a fun little gaijin match. Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah. As, I think as far as the, last time, wow, would be here. At the Akita Prefectural Gymnasium, 6,000 on hand, hopefully. For this one. I don't really know what should be the main. If it should be Kenta and Ishii or Pac and Sonata. I think we're going to go with Pac and Sonata. Sonata's going to beat Pac, so that's a huge win for Sonata, first of all. I believe that's a first time meeting in a singles matchup, it is. So that's a huge win for Sonata. And then Kenta and Ishii. Ishii's going to beat Kenta, so that will now mean that Sonata is the lone leader of Block D. Has 8 points, still undefeated so far out of the first 4 nights. That's huge. Absolutely huge win. So Kenta a little unhappy. But beating the former IWGP Heavyweight Champion and Tomohiro Ishii there, that's awesome. Pretty fucking awesome. Yeah, I think we'll keep that where it's at. I was thinking about switching it, but I was like, I'm going to keep it where it's at. So I think Shibata and Okan should go next. The Shibata, I thought about it, though, giving Okan a big win there, but gave it to Shibata. And one of these matches is a technical masterclass when one of them steals the show, I believe. So I got to figure out which one's which. So this is the masterclass. Alexander beating Hammerstone. This could have went either way, to be honest. Hammerstone, they both have 2 points each. As far as Hammerstone beating Pac, though, he's already got like a huge win, and Alexander beat Takeda, so I just feel like Alexander could use this win a little bit more, so that would mean this was the steal the show match, obviously. Zanari getting his first points of the tournament, beating Masashi Takeda. And steal the show match. So now, finally, we can do a So hopefully I don't fuck this up. Just do a regular Young Lion matchup. Young Lion versus Established Talent matchup. As we'll go with Yuto Nakashima and Yasutaka Yano. As the Established Talent will be... Think of Brody and Parker. They're not really there. Might do Ishimori. Or I might just do Ishimori and Parker. That might be better. Have Drew get a win. First time meeting. I don't mind that match at all. Hell yeah. As day 16. Let's run. 60 for the opener. As Ishimori and Drew Parker beating the Young Lions of Yano and Nakashima. Bloody Dragon for Drew Parker. 10-17. 58 for Hammerstone and Alexander. Hammerstone really off his game. Good thing Josh Alexander got the win here with the TKO in 1957. 66 for Takeda and Hanare. Pretty close. Could have went really either way there, but Hanare getting the win at 13-19. 75 for Shibata and Okan. Shibata with the ankle lock. Good win for Shibata there in 23-56. 79 for Kenta Ishii. Ishii with a vertical drop brainbuster, even though he's a solid 20 points behind him. As yeah, I mean that's a big win though for Ishii. It's Chaos is in a weird spot because right now they're declining physically in Ishii and Goto. You know, the only thing that's keeping Chaos afloat is Okada. That's it. Everybody else is dragging him down. And it's just not looking good. Not looking good for Chaos right now. And an 80 for our main event with Pac and Sonata. Sonata with the skull in. Probably should have went to Pac there, obviously, looking at the performance. But some big upsets, though, in the main and co-main. As Sonata keeps his winning streak afloat with 4 straight wins. And we lost Pop. Just great. As, yeah, we'll put over Pac and Kenta for this night. And Shibata. Tough break there. Tough break. So back to Block A we go. Into the next night we go. Alrighty, day 17, they got us some Budokan. Don't think it's going to be Budokan night, though. A Joe Doring Okada match is pretty awesome. Katsuya Kitamura, luckily, was only out for 2 days, so he should be ready to go. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good night here. We did upgrade some of New Japan World. There was a couple of places that were set to very small, and we made that to small now, which hopefully that'll help us out a little bit as far as getting us even more and more popular elsewhere. As we are pretty close to jumping up to large. We just need more pop in New England and in Puerto Rico and Hawaii, which that's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to get, because right now they're at 45s and 50s. I think, is New England. But everybody else is at 71 plus pop, so that's nice. So Milano Collection 18 has gone tips on microphone, or to on psychology, rather, to Yasutaka Yano. So yeah, I mean, Doring and Okada's the main, for sure. I think everybody can kind of see that. But yeah, we're on the Hiroshima Sun Plaza here for this night. Doring and Okada. So Doring is going to beat Okada, so that's a huge win for Joe Doring, first of all. And this is the second time beating, you know, as far as Okada beat Doring, the U.S. title matchup last year during the New Beginning in USA show. But that's a huge win. Huge win for Joe Doring. We'll keep Okada strong. The co-main's a tough one, because Hiromu and Taichi, Hiromu could definitely carry him. Same thing for like Naito and Katsuya Kitamura. Both those guys could carry the other one. I think we're going to go with the champ, though, in the co-main. As Hiromu's going to be Taichi. We're going to pump that up to 20, though, just to make sure that gets enough time. And Katsuya Kitamura and Tetsuya Naito, that's going 20 as well, as Naito's going to beat him there. Then Evil and Hobbs. Oh, it's a Steel Show match. Okay, so Evil will lose again to a Dark Order person. He's losing to Will Hobbs here. Tough break for Evil so far. And then Kojima and Tankman set to just a regular match, which I figured Tankman doesn't really have. Yeah, it's not really that great technical. But he's going to beat Satoshi Kojima, though, so that's a huge win for Tankman. Big back-to-back wins for Calvin Tankman, beating Evil and then Kojima. So our technical masterclass matchup. We'll go with another tag. Just seems to be the safest route for these matches. Yeah, we might go with a Jason Lee Abe match. Maybe a Shelly Tomato match. Not a bad call. Little fallout after Dominion. And obviously, Shelly became the new champ. So we'll have Jason Lee beat Tomato. Get a hell of a show here in Hiroshima. Daichi Murahama is being used too much. We'll give that to Red Shoes. That should save it. Nope. Still not it. Huh. Do they have this match? Yep. We'll give that to Marty Asami. There we go. Day 17. Here we go. 78 for the opener. Really good match. It's Shelly. Best guy in the match by far. Fuminori Abe and Jason Lee did pretty well, though, for himself. So it's Jason Lee getting the one to Sunset Flip Powerbomb in 20 minutes. 61 for Kojima and Tankman. Tankman driver in 20 minutes. 67 for Evil and Will Hobbs. Could have went to Evil there. Probably should have. But the order of business for Will Hobbs in 14:29. 83 for Katsuya Kitamura and Tetsuya Naito. Naito with a Dustino, though, in 19:33. I feel like that could be a fun little finish, ducking the lariat into the Destino. So 80 for Hiromu and Taichi. Lack of psychology. The triangle choke, though, for Hiromu. I'll take it. I mean, he probably could have hit the time bomb on him, but that's okay. The D, as he calls it. 77, though, for Okada and Joe Doring. I'm not sure what the hell happened there. That should have at least been a little higher. I guess because Okada lost. But the Revolution Bomb for Joe Doring in a huge upset. Beating Kazuchika Okada. Well, we lost 11 pop in lost popularity in 11 regions, but we gained it in 26 regions, though. So I'm assuming that's all the places we bumped up to small. So that's nice. So yeah, Naito and Katsuya Kitamura should have been the finals. There should have been the main there, as Hiromu and Taichi will give some love. Hiromu's just psychology is just off. Which is unfortunate. But he's gonna get better psychology in there if he's gonna be the heavyweight champion. Some good matches, though. Good performances from a lot of guys. And just obviously it takes two to tango, and a lot of it was a lot of carry jobs that night. But on to the next night we go here. Alrighty, day 18. So we just have 10 more shows left of this part of the episode, as we'll be stopping at day 28 there. So yeah, we're almost there. Almost there. As New Japan World, of course. And then backstage incidents. So we got Nagata passing on Psychology to Great Khan, and Ishii passing on microphone work to Tomoya Harada. What a night this is. Block B, again, just pulling out all the stops here. So we got Tanahashi and Nakamura. Banger. Danielson and Shingo. Banger. Tamura and Zack Sabre Jr. That's another banger there. Jay White and Leona Fujinami and Jeff Cobb and Tora Sugiura to round out the card there. As yeah, I would love to run this in Kanto, but I just don't think it's really, the brightest of ideas here. We might run Osaka Joe Hall, though. Now that might be a pretty good idea here. As it won't be a sellout because we're not going to use our figurehead, but it is what it is there, because I believe that is the last time. Yeah, that is where we're at in the schedule anyway, so perfect. So yeah, Tanahashi and Nakamura is the main. That's for sure. And Tanahashi's going to beat him, too, right before the 30-minute mark. Huge win for Tanahashi, beating Shinsuke Nakamura. And then we'll do Danielson and Shingo as the co-main, as Shingo's going to be Bryan Danielson. That's a huge win for Shingo Takagi there. Bryan's a little upset. We'll keep him strong. And a match that might do better than that co-main, if we're being honest. Zack Sabre Jr. over Hiato Tamura there. Big win for Zach. He needs it. He's got a couple of tough losses so far early on in this tournament. Still a lot of time to go through it. We got a technical masterclass, though, with Jay White and Leon Fujinami. That could work out, I think, as that obviously mean Cobb and Sugiura to steal the show. Not just Cobb's going to beat Sugiura. So back-to-back wins for Cobb here this far of the episode, beating both Sugiura and Zack Sabre Jr. So that means that we get a young lion matchup here, as we'll go with Oiwa and Fujita. Pop. Eagles is probably close, and Francesco's probably close as well. Yeah, that might be a bit risky. Might be a bit risky there. Could go with Great Bash Heel. It's always an option. As Hanma's going to get the win. Yeah, we'll have him go all out, sure. Fuck it. Alright, day 18 in the books. 44 for the opener is Makabe with a 50. 42 for Hanma. 32s and 30s for Oiwa and Fujita. 60 for Jay White and Yano Fujinami. They don't click. The crowd wasn't really engaged, so we kind of went a little too safe for that opener. But the Blade Runner, though, for Jay White, though, in 1953. 57, as they don't click either. Jeff Cobb and Sugiura. Tough break there for our two matches here to start off the block matches. And we got a 79, though, for Zack Sabre Jr. out tomorrow. It's the Sabre driver in 22 minutes. Great win there. Got the credit and arrested again. For our co-main, which is Bryan Danielson and Shingo Takagi. Banger of a matchup. Made in Japan in 28 minutes. We'll gladly take down our main event. A 97. Tanahashi with the high fly flow over Shinsuke Nakamura. Fuck yeah. Go Ace. the Ace of Generation keeps it going with a banger match with Nakamura. Whatever. We needed that in the worst of ways. So, obviously, Tanahashi and Nakamura, all the love in the world to those guys. That's such a great match to have. Like, especially with how New Japan's looking like right now. To have Tanahashi and Nakamura in this save, have a banger. It warms my heart. Reminds me of a simpler time, as Tanahashi's pleased with speech, so was Nakamura, and so was Bryan Danielson. Hell yeah. What a fun little match that was back at the Wrestle Kingdom 16 show that we did. It's on to the next night. We go on to day 19. Alright, I guess in the Yokohama Arena. No backstage incidents, so we can just hop right in. We got Brody Lee and Miro. Big match for Miro and Brody Lee. As far as Miro coming off a huge win of Ibushi, and Brody Lee coming off a loss to Eddie Kingston. Kingston Yano, Goto and Ashino, Juice and Ibushi, that's probably the co-main. We'll probably have Brody and Miro be the main, and then Fredericks and Takuya Nomura. That's a fun match there. Those guys can go. As, trying to remember where we're at. I think we're here for the Kita Sport Prefectural Center, as Brody and Miro, main event. Of course, they've had matches back and forth against each other. So Miro and Brody last year, the Dominion and G1 match, and Brody winning the openweight title from, or another defense of the openweight title. So both 82s at Dominion and the Autumn Attack show in National Stadium. So for Brody to get another win here, that's massive. Obviously, trying to bounce back after losing to Kingston. And then Juice and Ibushi. Because Juice is going to beat Kota Ibushi. It's a tough loss there for Ibushi. As we'll keep Ibushi strong. But this is another one where, Ibushi's beaten him pretty much every time. They've had a G1 match each year so far in the save. And to bounce back in Juice, to beat him, finally beat him after years and years of losing to him, that's going to be awesome. I think it's a great story. He's still unhappy about it, though. Oh, I didn't save to keep strong. Weird. There we go. They'd probably Goto and Ashino. Probably the safe bet there is Ashino's going to beat him in 20. It's a nice win for Ashino. Then Fredericks and Takuya Nomura. Could go either way here with this one, but we went with Takuya Nomura. He's going to get a Steal the Show win, which will mean Kingston and Yano, which I don't know why we have this to Steal the Show as well. We'll just let that be a regular match, as Kingston's going to beat him. Yano trying to pull a fast one over Eddie Kingston. That's not happening. Not on Kingston's watch, as another tag. We might go with the Davey Boy Smith Jr. Suzuki matchup here. We had them on the strong taping. As they'll be beating. We might have them ruffle up a couple of young lions. Maybe a Connors and Coughlin. Maybe even. Maybe even like Yoshida and Narita. We might do that. As well, Dave Boy gets the win. Oh, alrighty. Sick. Day 19. Round of 52 here for David Boy and Suzuki against Yoshida and Narita. As, again, poor Yoshida taking a loss. This running power slam from David Boy. It's 16:03. 69 for Kingston Yano. Kingston with a sliding D in 10 minutes. 64 for Fredericks and Takuya Nomura. As Takuya Nomura with the Tarantula in 12:59. 81 for Goto and Ishino. As again, Goto being real off his game. Ishino just being a fucking savage in there with a T-bone suplex. 81 here for Juice and Ibushi. It's Pulp Friction for Juice in 28-28. Great win for Juice Robinson. A big upset win. And then Brody and Miro pretty close. Miro was off his game, so it cost him as far as the performance being better than Brody. But a Brody bomb in 28 minutes and the U.S. champion standing tall. 10 out day 19. Nice little show there. We'll take the 80. As, yeah, I mean, well, yeah, Brody, Bushi, and Ishino, which I think that's what we did. Yeah, literally, did the exact same thing. So we'll give it to Miro this time. Hell yeah. Alright. As, so the final night for, Block D as far as, the fifth night for Block D. And after we get through, the 6 days for each block, we will look at the standings to see what everybody's standing after 6 nights of action. So we're a little over the halfway point now once we get through the 6 days. So that's going to be nice. And it'll be a really good picture going into the final part of this part of the episode. As far as I think that's going to be a really, really good home stretch here. So we just have 8 shows left. So yeah, we'll just keep it rolling. Yeah, we keep on getting a lack of big names thing, which is, you know, I really don't care about that shit, to be honest, because we're still doing well as far as performance-wise, so it's not that big of a deal. Backstage incident is Ishii and Harada, as microphone work there, passing on microphone work is Ishii to Harada. So we got Kenta and Pac, Task Force Death Guys battling it out, and of course Shibata and Ishii. Legendary matchup there, obviously. That's not only one of the best G1 matches of all time, at one point, but that was, you know, one of the best New Japan matches of all time. And Hammerstone and Sonata's a fun little match. Okada and Takeda's a fun match. I love this block, man. Like, there's just so many fun little matchups. A lot of fresh matches on this card is what I kind of really like the most, I think, out of this. Yeah, I guess it's the large hall in front of 2,000. For this night, as what a main event they're going to get, these 2,000 people. A 30-minute time limit draw for both guys in Kenta and Pac. Task Force Death Guys, they can't get the better of each other. They go the distance, as Shibata and Ishii co-main, steal the show match. Unfortunately, I have to set it for 10 minutes, but that's okay. I think it's still going to work out pretty well. Then we'll probably do Sonata and Hammerstone. Sonata will lose to Alexander Hammerstone, so Sonata's undefeated streak ends here with Hammerstone. Huge win. And Sonata is fucking furious with that loss. Okan and Takeda. Okan's going to beat Masashi Takeda there. And then Alexander Inari is going to be a technical masterclass, as Inari is going to beat Josh Alexander. Fun little night there. As now I would like to see, as far as Tomoya Harada, have an actual match. It's him and Rocky are going to take on Makabe and Taguchi. Everybody's like chilly or cold, and everyone's just kind of not doing too hot in this match, but Harada's going to beat him in Makabe since he's going to retire. Figure try to help elevate a guy here the best we can. I'm even going to complain. It's Makabe. What a fucking pal. As, yeah, we're good to go here. It's Harada pinning Makabe at 9:42. 55 for Rocky. As Taguchi was 54. The junior is really carrying this one. 62 for Alexander and Hanare. Pretty close. Alexander did have the slight advantage, but another win for Hanare in 20 minutes. 69 for Okan and Takeda. Cobra clutch for the great Okan there of Masashi Takeda, who did outperform him in 15:53. 63 for Hammerstone and Sonata as the Stonebreaker for Hammerstone in a huge upset over Sonata in 20 minutes. And our main event or the co-main rather, Sonata and Hammerstone get bailed out with a good little steal the show match between Ishii and Shibata. So yeah, I wanted this match to be a little longer, but Ishii can't work that long anymore. And I just felt like this was the best way to go about it anyways, to be honest. Let those guys go full fucking tilt right when the bell rings. To fucking Yakuza kick from Shibata. Like, just starting off hot. There's no breaks in this match. It's full gas the entire time. And Ishii wins with the vertical drop brainbuster. That's going to be a fun never-weight title match there. Even though it was too short for the important match they has now. It's got the crowd buzzing, though, for the main. But an 81 with the draws. They don't click, though. But it still was a good match, luckily. And it got the crowd hotter, luckily enough. It's the IWGP Tag Team Champion. And the former junior heavyweight and never openweight champion, Pac, going the distance. We lost some pop, but we gained some pop. Is what it is there. Not a great night there for Block D, but some good stuff though, nonetheless. Though just Kenta and Pac, they just didn't click. Just kind of shit out of luck on that one. But it was nice to see some good stuff though in that match, as far as them able to do well despite the lack of chemistry, and also it's nice to see that Shibata and Ishii had a great little match as well in the co-main. As on to day 21 we go. Back around to A block we go. Alrighty, day 21. What a night this was, though. Ibushi and Hiromu, Shingo and Ishii, Joe Doring and Pac. Good night there. Last year. Whew. And yeah, because this was towards the end of the tournament. It's a good night there. As, man, a lot of backstage incidents. So Okada passing on tips on psychology to Yuto Nakashima. Yuji Nagata passing on tips on psychology to the Great Okan. And Alliance Collection AT passing on psychology to Yasutaka Yano. And then Naito, man, everyone wants to put over Jason Lee. What a lucky bastard. So this is a fun night, though. Okada and Hiromu, obviously the main. So Tankman and Doring and Naito and Hobbs, that's also some fun matches. The co-main's probably going to be Naito and Hobbs there. I don't know. Tankman and Doring should probably be the co-mains, because Doring's undefeated going into this night. That'd be a huge night for him, yeah, I mean, I think that's just all around. I think that just kind of makes sense. So yeah, we're back around the Chubu. So obviously we won't be running the 1,400 in 80 arena, since that was set to a non-normal show. But yeah, nice little 10,000. Would love to be able to run a 30-40, obviously, but yeah, just not happening. But Okada, Hiromu, and it goes 30. So Okada, he's never beaten him in this save in singles matches. Hiromu beat him during the King of Pro Wrestling finals, and also during obviously the title match at Dominion to retain the belt going into this G1. So a month later, it takes longer than 30 for one of these men to beat each other. I think that just kind of makes sense. Then Tankman and Doring. What a win for Calvin Tankman, first of all. He's had a hell of a streak here, this part of the tournament. Getting 3 wins as far as during this part of it. And Tankman is getting a huge win over Joe Doring, which Doring's a little unhappy about, so we'll keep him strong. But it should be pretty close on the performance. Should be pretty close. Naito and Hobbs. Naito's going to beat Will Hobbs. New Japan Strongest Boy Champion. Not getting a great win, but it is what it is there. And Kojima going to beat Evil. Poor Evil. And then Katsuya Kitamura and Taichi. We have this technical masterclass match, which is pretty funny, but Taichi's going to beat Katsuya Kitamura. So again, we get lucky in the fact that we can do kind of whatever we want, which I believe we're going to have a 6-man. Try to change it up. We'll do Great Bash Shield, but with teaming up with Tenzan. And we'll go with... I was thinking maybe the Foundation here, but not really sure. Not really sure. Again, you know, Chaos could make a lot of sense as far as getting them some wins. Ah, man, it's just tough because obviously a lot of our heavyweight guys, like, they're already kind of booked up. So just kind of in an awkward spot. We might go with, as far as, kind of thinking ahead here, might go with Jarvis. No, let's just go with Suzuki, Davey Boy, and we'll just go with either Kanemaru. Yeah, we'll just throw Kanemaru out there. So not great, but gonna give Davey Boy the win though over Makabe. And that will be the night for day 21 here. So just kind of looking at this. At the standings here. So Tankman's going to have 8 after this night. Evil's still going to be stuck with 2. Roma's going to have 9. Doring's going to stick with 10. So he'll still be in the lead, but Hiromu and Okada will be at 9. Of course, Kitamura losing to Taichi. So Kojima's going to get his first win in the tournament, so he'll jump up to 2. Taichi's going to have 4 after this. Naito's going to have 10. So him and Doring will be tied, and then Hobbs will have, of course, 4. So, yeah, going into the last night of this part of the episode, Doring and Naito will be tied up. And, of course, as far as Doring has beaten Naito, so he does have the tiebreaker win over him. So he still is in the lead, but he's got, you know, as far as he's got 3 matches left after this. So we'll see how that all plays out for him. Well, 55 for the opener. It's Davey Boy Smith Jr., best guy in the match, getting the win with the sharpshooter over Togi Makabe in 10 minutes. 39 for Katsuya Kitamura and Taichi. Just not enough overness there, and even then it still would have kind of sucked because they didn't click. Taichi gets the win, though, nonetheless. One of the worst G1 matches you'll see. So 64 for Kojima and Evil. Kojima had no business winning this match, but I just love him to death. 84 for Naito and Hobbs. Naito with a Destino in 24 minutes. 75 for Tankman and Doring. Yeah, Tankman outperformed him. Shout out Calvin Tankman. Big win there. Much deserved win in 24 minutes. And a 94 for our 30-minute time limit draw between Okada and Hiromu, which are tied in the performance rating as well. Great match there. Block A putting on a banger. If we would have had Naito at Hobbs, co-main, that would have been even better. But I felt like Doring and Tankman should have been the main. I'm sticking with that decision, to be honest. I think that was the right choice. But we will put him over to at least try to get him on the right track here. Naito again, you know, best guy of the night, so we'll give him some love. And you know what, Evil, man, he's been putting over guys left and right, not really complaining, not bitching. We're gonna give him some love. So what a nice night that was for those guys. As on to Block B we go. Alrighty, as day 22, again back to New Japan World, and backstage incident. As it's Tanahashi. So wanting to put over Jay White. What a trooper. As, yeah, yeah, we'll definitely be able to make that happen, I'm sure. Shout out Jay White. Gonna get a big win. As, so yeah, Bryan Danielson, Jay White. That's probably the main. That's a great match. Tamura and Shingo's an awesome match that I would love to see. That would be a lot of fun. And Fujinami and Tanahashi, obviously, the partners, and looking at ballot out as far as when your last name's Fujinami, you're the son of Tatsumi Fujinami. That's a big match to have, and that's a big opportunity for him to take on Tanahashi. That he's fighting for his to be in that same breath of his father, really, in that match there. And Shinsuke and Jeff Cobb, it's a good match there. It sucks that Cobb's not really that great in this mod, but that's a fun match though. And then Sujor and Zack Sabre Jr., who have such a compelling match. This is the best deathmatch guy in the world, and Toru Sujor versus the best tactical wrestler in the world, and Zack Sabre Jr. I love that match. I love this show. Block B again. I mean, it's so compelling because there's so many different factors in there, and it's great. It's fucking great. Honestly, this is a Budokan night. I know we kind of... I think the last show we ran was a Block B Budokan card, but, like, this is awesome, man. I really like this. Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll maybe save that for another show here. Now that I'm kind of talking myself off the ledge. Yeah, we'll run. I'll just run here. That's fine. But Bryan and Jay White, hell of a match. Danielson's going to beat him there in the main. Co-main's going to be Nakamura and Cobb, as Nakamura's going to beat him in 20. A little bounce-back match for him after losing to Tanahashi. Then Tamura and Shingo. Oh, it's a technical masterclass match. Tamura's going to beat Shingo. I love that. I mean, Heihachi Tamura beating both Shingo and Tanahashi. Those are some huge wins. Shingo a little upset. Rightfully so there. Tanahashi's going to beat Fujinami there. There we go. So that will mean that Sujor and Zack is a Steal the Show match. Oh, it's not. Well, something should be Steal the Show match, because Zack's going to beat Sujora, though. Let's just have it be Tanahashi and Fujinami. We'll see if Tana's going to have the stamina for this. I doubt it. Fujinami is the one who doesn't have the stamina for this, actually. How fun. 14 minutes, alright. So again, we get to look out here with a little match to have Makabe put somebody over. So we'll have let's go Makabe to Young Lion. We'll have Fujita team with him. And we'll have Tenzan, maybe on the... maybe not Tenzan. Trying to think who would be a good guy for him to help elevate. Really need to book Hado Jr. Fujita on something while we're thinking about it. We could go with... It's tough, because we need someone that's over enough for this to work. And I don't honestly think we have someone for this. Man, because Brody King would be perfect. Let's just go with Brody and Ishimori. And we'll have Makabe team with Taguchi. Brody beat Makabe. Nice. So this night, as far as what we're looking at here, for Block B, it's Bryan Danielson getting the win over Jay White. So they were tied at the top with Tanahashi. So Bryan Danielson and Tanahashi will now be tied for first with 10 points each. Nakamura is going to jump up to 8. Zack's going to jump up to 6. Sujora still hasn't had his first win. Him and Fujinami both. But, I mean, that's just kind of... Sujora is just in a tough block. It really comes down to that, as far as why he doesn't have any points. Then Tanahashi, obviously we talked about, is going to be jumping up to 10. And Heihachi Tamura will jump up to 6 after beating Shingo, and he'll tie Shingo there. That's huge for Heihachi Tamura. We'll see how this night goes. 63 there. As Brody King and Makabe do the same. As a Gonzo bomb for Makabe. Holy, yeah, I mean, that is huge. Huge Gonzo bomb from Brody King. Looking to murder someone here on this G1 show. As Shingo and Tamura, very good match. Tamura gets the win in 21:59. Just 1 second shy, 22 minutes. 75 here for Fujinami and for Fujinami and Tanahashi. Is Dragon Suplex hold Tanahashi. That just kind of makes sense. Doesn't need to go all crazy long. And yeah, just Tanahashi getting the win. And we move on as Zack and Sujiwara. Zack getting the win there. Lack of psychology here between the two. But I love this match, though, on paper. The deathmatch guy, the junior guy, the technical guy, and Zack Sabre Jr., I love it. Absolutely love it. 83 for Nakamura and Cobb. Nakamura with a triangle choke. I love that. Hell yeah. Triangle choke at 92 for Bryan Danielson and Jay White. Danielson with the label lock at 28-22. I need to just make that the label lock instead of the no lock. And it's a great win, though, for Bryan Danielson. Great show. Yeah, that was a really good show. Really, really good. As we're going to give some love to Danielson. Going to give some love to Shingo. And yeah, Zack Sabre Jr. again for having just a great match. Yeah, that was great. Hell yeah. Putting those guys over. As on to the next night we go. Alrighty, day 25 as Brody and Juice. Bushi and Goto. Of course, that was the matchup that cost Kota Ibushi the G1 Climax. As he didn't get to go on to the finals after the Goto upset. Miro and Kingston, Ashino and Fredericks. A lot of fun matches. Takuya Nomura and Toru Yano. Let's see what we got here. A couple of backstage instances. Again, Nagata selling to the Great Okan, and Kojima passing on microphone work to Yano tomorrow, which his excursion contract is going to come up next month. So we'll be able to bring him back, and he'll be with us full time, which he kind of already is, obviously, because once we got him out of the Young Lion phase, and once we wanted him to stop being used by AEW, he's been fantastic, obviously. He's been someone I'm very proud of as far as what we've been able to do with him, and he's just been tremendous. I mean, this could be a Korakuen show. Or a Korakuen show. Could be a Budokan show. Wouldn't be opposed to that. Let's just kind of see what happens. Because it has been a while. It has been a while. So, because, I mean, I think there's a couple of big-time matches here. Brody and Juice, as far as Brody's going to get the win there. Ibushi and Goto should probably be the main. But I don't think Ibushi's going to beat Hiroki Goto, though, avenging that loss. Miro and Kingston, very fun match. Miro's going to beat Eddie Kingston, though. Could have went either way. This is not a first-time meeting, because they've traded, as far as New Japan, Strong, and Never Openweight title matches between the two guys last year. That happened, but Miro getting the last laugh here in the G1, at least, for the first time. And then Ashino and Fredericks, which this is a really good match, too. As Ashino's going to beat Fredericks in 21 minutes, and then Takuya Nomura and Toru Yano, which we're setting this for Steal the Show. Takuya Nomura is going to get the win there. As, because this could really go, either way with this lineup. A lot of different matches could be at the top. But we do need a technical masterclass, though. At least it's looking like that's going to be the case here. As, we might go with a Cinda de Oro Samurai del Sol matchup. Or maybe just Samurai del Sol and Caristico. That'd probably be a good idea. As, trying to think, I obviously I don't think Top Flight's the answer, but we might go as far as, since it's a Budokan, I'm thinking a pretty big opener. Even the Bucks could be something. I wouldn't hate that. So we'll have Matt beat Samurai del Sol. I honestly don't hate that match. It'd be pretty fun. Assuming this is the first time meeting as far as tag matches goes. I thought they may be involved in probably a 6-man or something. But yeah, so this night is after Block C, what's everyone looking like. So Brody's going to jump up to 7. Kingston's staying at 6, Goto's staying at 6, Juice is staying at 6. So it's Fredericks, Ibushi's jumping up to 6. Miro now jumping up to 8. Ashino jumping up to 11, and so far he is someone that is just running away with this tournament. It's really his tournament to lose as far as for Block C. And Takumura is going to jump up to 6, and then 0 points for Toriano. So very much a mixed bag here. This block, besides Yano and Shitoro Ashino, who are at the opposite ends of the spectrum on both sides. But Miro at least is a couple matches behind him, but still, you know, he's got a ways to go as far as catching up to him. Here we go. As far as the 79 for the opener, yeah, that was pretty fucking awesome, as everybody did really good in this match, but Samurai Del Sol, he took the loss there, losing to the Moonsault. Strong start to the show. 54 for Takuya Nomura and Toriano, which they don't click. This is just a cursed block. Tarantula for Takuya Nomura in 10:05. 82 for Ashino and Fredericks, as Ashino with the T-bone in 20 minutes. And 85 for Kingston and Miro, which, yeah, this would be pretty fucking awesome match, obviously, especially like a G1 match. As Miro gets to win the Bullplex in 56. Really good stuff there. 79 for Ibushi and Goto, the last ride style Tiger Driver for Ibushi in 1959. Wow. As it just kept on getting worse and worse after the Kingston-Miro match. Yeah, I mean, just the wrong thing was on last. And, yeah, we should have, like, flipped this and this, and flipped this and this, and actually probably should have had that been after Takuya Nomura and Toriano, but, yeah, just, that's the way she goes, as far as that goes. That's a tough break. But Kingston and Miro, they have nothing to be ashamed of. Hell of an effort from both those guys. Brody's match was a little... It sucks that didn't do so well, but Ashino, again, has been tremendous. Yeah, maybe we'll give someone to Brody, try to get him on the right track, but... You know, all around, I think that night, I don't think it was a bad night or anything. It just, it wasn't as, what we would have hoped for. But on to the next night we go, as far as, Block D now. And then, we'll just be, after this night, so we have, you know, 5 shows left. But after this night, it'll be the last run of, shows for this part of the episode. We're now into August. We're doing well as far as money-wise. We've been able to invest in New Japan World. We're trying to get that up and running as far as trying to make it a big deal to where we're able to be a large company. We're getting there, though. We're getting there for sure, as we do have a New Japan Strong taping to do, so we'll stop it here. Alexander going to IWA Mid-South. Makes sense, as we'll catch you guys for episode, or oh my god, as we'll catch you guys for day 24. Alrighty, as show 24 of the G1 Climax, New Japan World, backstage, and says Bryan Danielson. Let's see what he's doing, as he's going to put over Takuya Nomura. Hell yeah. Sick. This is, that's awesome. So Hammerstone and Kenta, love that match. Alexander Sonata, another match I love. Sonata or Shibata and Pac, rather. That's another fun match. It's obviously, you know, that's the little rematch from Dominion. Toinari and the Great Okan and Ishii and Takeda, which, some bad motherfuckers there. You know, as far as where we should probably run this show is probably this 2000. Which, again, I feel bad because we just ran here for Block D. So maybe, oh no, we didn't. Never mind. That was here. That's right. So, no, yeah, we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. Main event should probably be Shibata and Pac, honestly. Because Pac's going to get that win back. Obviously, you know, Shibata won the belt from Pac, so we're going to get a rematch from that. Oh, that was Wrestling Nutaku. I was thinking that wasn't Dominion. I don't know why I was thinking it was, but that's okay. That's okay, though, as, yeah, Pac going to get that win back. Alexander Sonata's probably the co-main. Sonata's going to beat Josh Alexander, though. Could have went either way, honestly, if we wanted to help elevate somebody. Kenta versus Hammerstone. Kenta's going to beat him. Though I wanted to give a bit of a scare there. And then Takeda and Ishii, they're going to go 20s. Takeda's going to beat Tomohiro Ishii. I do love that. I get that Ishii's pissed, but I feel like that's the right decision. I think Takeda's going to outperform him. Or it's going to be close, at least. Then Honore and Great Okan, which we should make that a steal the show match as far as the next match after this. But Okan's gonna beat Honore. I love that. So yeah, we'll bump this down. We might even make this the steal the show match, honestly. No, we should. Well, first, let's see if it will actually work as a steal the show match. I knew it. Let's just see if that... Yeah. Sometimes that's just easy to just back out like that. So I don't have to redo everything I just did. Yeah, we'll have this be steal the show now. 13. Oh, that's right. 10. Alright. So, the opener. I was thinking maybe I would have loved to use Flight Club here, but I just used them on the strong taping. I don't want to do that, unfortunately. Let's go with either Horus. Let's go with the 6-man. Let's go Mecha Blood. Boom. And probably should go like this. There we go. And they'll take on Dark Order Juniors with Taurus. So, Black Taurus has got that injury. Shouldn't be too bad. But we'll give Ray Horus the win over Black Taurus because of the injury. Alrighty. So, after 5 nights of action, where's everybody rank up here? Or 6 nights of action, rather. Where's everybody rank up here? So, Hammerstone's still stuck at 4. Alexander's still stuck at 4. Shibata's stuck at 6. Kenta now to 9. Takeda to 4. Pac to 7. Sonata to 10. So he's still in the lead. Ishii's stuck on at 6. And the Great Okan now jumping up to 6. So still, a lot of matches still left, obviously, though. But it is coming down the wire, for sure. And Sonata's making a good run for it. Kenta, obviously, making a good run for it. Pac has a good outside chance of winning. Could be a Task Force Death guy. Could be an LIJ guy winning this block here. We'll see. We shall see. But day 24, here we go. As a 68 here for the opener. Ray Horus pinning Black Taurus with a 450. Yeah, even though the injury was a big toll on him, he still did pretty well for himself. He did outperform Ray Horus still, so good job there. John Silver was really off his game, too. 64 for Hanare and Okan. It's a Great Okan with the big lariat there at 1751. It's a 50 for Ishii and Takeda as they don't click again. Can I get someone to click, please? Jesus Christ. It's an 80 for Kenta and Hammerstone. And as Kenta was go to sleep over Hammerstone at 1954. 79 for Alexander Sonata. It's the rounding body press for Sonata in 23:35. 73 for, we got a breast contusion for Pac. Big bruise there. It's a big toll there getting through that injury. It's Pac with a 450 splash, which the injury I'm sure hurt the finish of that. Let's just take a look. Yep, sure did. That sucks. What terrible luck we have. That's unfortunate. But, all around, Kenta Hammerstone, if we flip that around with the main, it'd be a pretty good night. But that's just the way she goes, unfortunately. As we'll give love to everybody. But there, as far as the winners, Sonata, Kenta, Pac, there. Everyone with caps, all caps. Big night there. So now our final stretch here this episode. Each of the last shows for each block here. As, it's crazy to think. We'll be just 2 shows left for each block after this part of the episode. So that's going to be pretty big. Pretty big to see how it all plays out. I think we've had some fun ending stretches so far. And we'll see how this part ends out with. Alrighty, day 25. So last part here for Block A. Backstage incense, Paul London. Right in the mood backstage of doing several funny cartoon drawings of his colleagues. And then Nagata and the Great Okan is passing on selling tips to the Great Okan. So Evil and Naito Always a fun match there. Hiromu and Tankman. Very good match there. That might be the main. Doring and Kojima, former Triple Crown champs, battling it out. Okada and Katsuya Kitamura. I love that match. That's going to be pretty high. And then Taichi and Hobbs. As for this night. So we did run this strong taping accidentally on the in Japan, which is just unfortunate, but that's okay. It's no big deal. I just kind of accidentally did that. So it kind of messed up everything as far as when was the last time we ran Kanto. But we'll run the Hiroshima Sun Plaza for this night. So we have, for the main, I think Hiromu and Tankman should be the main. Tankman's been on a hell of a run. He's going to stop here at Hiromu, which he'll probably win the triangle choke. Which I think that'd be a fun finish, though. Evil and Naito's the co-main, as Evil's going to beat Naito. Huge win for Evil. That's where they're going to sway things. As Naito a little upset. So obviously, Evil and Naito, they've traded some wins back and forth, mainly in G1s in this save, and also the heavyweight title match at Destruction in Kobe. After the turn, you know, as far as Evil joining Dark Order. That's a much-needed win, though, for Evil. He's had a pretty great G1. As Okada and Katsuya Kitamura. We're saying this is a steal the show match. Okada's going to beat him in 13 minutes. Doring and Kojima. Kojima going to beat Joe Doring. Tough break for Joe Doring. As he does not get the win in the Battle of the Triple Crown champs. They wrestled last year in the G1, which got a 64. It's Taichi and Hobbs. Hobbs going to beat Taichi there in 16. So we'll need a technical masterclass. But nice win for Will Hobbs there. A much-needed win. As we'll go with Suzuki and Davey Boy here. They'll take the loss this time around. I'm trying to think who would be a good adversary for him. Maybe not. We might just go with a Jarvis. Yeah, like a Jarvis, Moriarty, or Gresham even. Yeah, Jarvis is just going to lose to Davey Boy, unfortunately, here. Nice opportunity for Gresham and Suzuki, though, to share the ring. So, yeah, and day 25 in the books. It's 68 for Suzuki-gun United Empire. As Gresham doing a lot of the heavy lifting in this matchup, but Davey Boy gets the win with the sharpshooter. So, yeah, Jarvis was about 10 points less than Suzuki and Davey Boy there. 62 for Taichi and Will Hobbs. Will Hobbs, the order of business. Great win for Will Hobbs. 65 for Doring and Kojima. As Kojima with the sit-out spinebuster, not even with the cozy lariat. At 1540. 75 for Okada and Katsuya Kitamura. The Rainmaker there from Okada in 1242. 81 for Evil and Naito with Everything is Evil for Evil there in 2339. And our main event's in 81. Hiromu beating Tankman, which, god damn it. Nobody's got psychology. Definitely not hitting a time bomb on Calvin Tankman. That's definitely going to be the triangle choke. The D there for Hiromu Takahashi getting the win. But a nice little night, though, at least. We'll take that as Hiromu Naito. Just, hey, thanks for putting him over. And Tankman, you know, he's had a great G1 so far, I'd say. I think his status has definitely been elevated with some of these matches. Hell yeah. So, yeah, that's, as far as for Block A, that's it for this part of the episode. On to the last show for Block B. Alrighty, day 26. Oh, don't tell me this. I skipped day 26 for some reason, because I'm seeing it's intended to be a tour. Ah, you fuckers. See if we put it at normal. It should fixed it, but it's not going to be broadcast, unfortunately, now. Yujigara passing on tips on Psychology, the Great Okan. Same thing to Yasutaku Yano from Milano Collection AT, and microphone work from Ishii to Harada. Ah, fucking... God damn it. And it's a hell of a night, too. Of course, it had to be a Block B show where I fucked this up with Nakamura and Zack Danielson and Tanahashi, Jay White and Shingo. I mean, Jesus Christ, what a show this is gonna be. Son of a bitch, man. That fucking sucks. Let's run Osaka Joe Hall. Yeah, I think this is fair. An Osaka Joe call. So, Nakamura and Zack should probably be the main here. Danielson and Tanahashi's a tough... I mean, it's so tough to pick. Fuck, man. Oh, man, this is tough. I'm going with Nakamura and Zack, though. I think that's going to be the better match, and Zack's going to beat him. So that's a huge win for Zack Sabre Jr., obviously. Beating the Intercontinental Champion, and, well, should be a banger of a matchup. This is going 30. Danielson and Tanahashi. Going to be a draw for both guys. 1 point each. Jay White and Shingo. Of course, this was a G1 Climax Finals at one point. And I left this up to, I was just like, let's just kind of see where we're at here. So, just to kind of remind everyone, that's what Block B. So, Jay White's got 8, and Shingo's got 6. I think Shingo should win this one. As far as they both kind of traded wins back and forth. Feel like Shingo could use this win here. We'll see what happens, though. Hopefully that works out well. So, Tamura and Sujiura is a fun little match. I really like that. I think this should probably be a steal the show match, for being honest. As Sujiura is going to get the win, though. I'm cool with that. He gets his first win of the tournament. Very well deserved. And then that will mean Cobb and Fujinami, which this should actually be a technical masterclass. I know I'm kind of all over the place with this, but I feel like that's for the best here, as Cobb's going to beat Fujinami in 16. Nice, which will now lead up to 6-man. We'll put Flight Club in a match. Got a Junior Fujita with Top Flight against the Lucha Brothers and Shota Umino. Nice little win for Hayato Junior Fujita over Shota Umino. And that is the night for Block B. As I'm just curious, what I say, I don't think we've done that before. Good little match, though, nonetheless. Here we go, day 26. It's an 80 for the opener. Oh my god, Ray Phoenix was on 90. Unreal. What a performance. As Hayato Junior Fujita gets the one with the kid, though, and 956. Yeah, shows the Umino with 34. Not great. 70, though, for Jeff Cobb and Leona Fujinami, who have great chemistry. Nice little match there. Jeff Cobb getting the one to Tour of the Islands at 1541. 72 for Hayato Tamura and Toru Sujiura. Toru Sujiura getting the win in 1227. 75 for Jay White and Shingo. Yep, Shingo getting the win there. Much deserved. Last of the Dragon in 2754. 92 for Bryan Danielson and Hiroshi Tanahashi. They have great chemistry. So going the distance there. Can the main event top it? It does. It's Shinsuke Nakamura losing to the European Clutch in 27-34. What a win for Zack Sabre Jr. What a match. What a block. Christ on a cross. What a show. The people in Osaka Joe Hall just got a treat there. My God. So, yeah. Zack, definitely, I think we're just going to give it to, Zack and Tanahashi and Shinsuke, all those guys. Actually, Ray Phoenix could use that. I mean, with what he did the opener, that was crazy. Fantastic. Simply fantastic. What a night for Block B. Obviously, Block B is just incredible, and they've been proving it night in and night out. Some of the best matches of this G1 have been from the B block. Just any type of variation of a Tanahashi, Danielson, Nakamura, Zack match. Any of those four, you're going to have a banger. Then you throw in Shingo, you throw in Jay White. That's just a murderer's row, that entire block is. But, yeah, now we have just 2 shows left. The last shows of this part for C&D, as we keep it rolling. So we got Pay Raise with David Boy Smith Jr. Yeah, okay, yeah, I figured nothing crazy is going to happen during as far as jumping from day to day here. So, New Japan World Broadcast, of course, backstage incident. Passing on microphone work is Ishii to Harada. So this final night here for Block C, as far as for this part, Brody and Goto, Kingston, Takuya Nomura, Juice and Miro, Ibushi and Fredrickson, or Fredericks, rather. I was thinking of Blake Fredrickson for some reason, from the WMA 5 series, and Shotaro Ashino and Toru Yano. So, main event might be Juice and Miro. It's a tough one, because there's a lot of, like, good potential matches, but I just don't know if they're going to deliver on the big stage type of thing. As we will be running. Yeah, I think we'll go to the Prefectural Sports Center here. So Juice and Miro. Juice gonna beat Miro. Huge win for Juice Robinson. Then probably Fredericks and Ibushi. Ibushi's gonna beat him. Kingston and Takuya Nomura. So Eddie Kingston's gonna beat Takuya Nomura. Could have went either way though. Brody and Goto. Setting this for Steelers show. Brody's gonna beat him. I believe they don't have any chemistry. I believe. That might be the case. And then Ashino and Yano, with Ashino going to squash him in 4. It's the idea there. Like, Yano tries to do some, like, basically, maybe not a full-on squash, but Yano tries to do, like, the comedy shit, and Ashino, like, breaks through, like, a hole, or, like, he breaks through the turnbuckle pad and just destroys him type of thing. Really just puts the boots to him. Yano's not really able to get the comedy stuff off type of thing. But yeah, so we'll need a technical masterclass. We'll probably need to add some more time, too, for some of these matches. It's looking like, at least, as that's probably what we're going to have to do. Let's see what we got here. As far as I'm trying to give at least somebody something a little different thing to do, but I just don't know if we have something for it. But we'll go with Jason Lee and Abe against Francesco and Eagles. Like that match. As well, Jason Lee beat Francesco. Giving him 20. Hopefully it's enough. Yep. It is. Alrighty. Day 27. Let's see how it goes here. 68 for Jason Lee and Fuminori Abe. Taking on Kira Francesco and Robbie Eagles. It's the Hong Kong Tornado for Jason Lee. Pretty good stuff there. Everybody did pretty well, but Francesco, that's fine. 62 for Shino and Yano. Squash there. They have great chemistry. Probably should have let them have an actual match. That's alright. 70 for Brody and Goto. As Brody gets the win with a big boot in 10 minutes. Yeah, I feel like that's just for the best there for Brody. 74 for Kingston and Takuya Nomura. Backdrop driver for Kingston. Love seeing that. 80 for Fredericks and Ibushi. It's the last ride style Tiger driver for Kota Ibushi there. And an 85 for Juice and Miro. They have great chemistry, thank God. So push this over the top. And could have went either way, but gave it to Juice with the pulp friction. Big night for Juice Robinson. Increased our pop in one region. We'll take it. As give some love to Juice and Miro. And probably Ibushi. Since he was pretty fantastic. Hell yeah. As, yeah, now the final show of the part of this episode, at least. Show 28. And then we'll be at the home stretch of the tournament. The next part will feature 8 block matches. Or 8 block shows, rather. Basically shows 28, or well, shows 29, rather, to 30, I want to say it's 36. And then the semifinals and the finals. I want to say it's 8 shows in total, is that last part of this G1. Oh boy, I love Lace. Getting a media storm. Not great. As, yeah, we'll keep going. Today, 28, the final show of this part here. And for Block D, let's see what type of show we have to end out on. A show in Tanahashi. This show was brought before Wrestler's Court, accused of moaning about stuff all the time, bumping everyone else out, being a Debbie Downer. Come on, show. Get your shit together. Tanahashi found him guilty and sentenced to shut up or cheer up and buy drinks for the show. Then, Yuji Nagata, the Great Okan, is passing on tips on microphone work to the Great Okan there. So we have Kenta Sonata, it's definitely the main. Hammerstone Shibata's fun. Alexander Okan's fun. Same thing with Takeda and Pac and Hanare and Ishii. As, yeah, I mean, I don't think Budokan's really that much of a good idea. I think we'll go Chubu here, honestly. I think that might be the better option. Nice little 10,000 seater. So Kenta, Sonata, gonna be the main, and Sonata gonna beat Kenta. So this is a huge win for Sonata. Huge win. Then we'll have, as far as the co-main, this is tough. Because I like Hammerstone and Shibata. I like Takeda and Pac. I think we're going to go with Pac and Takeda. Pac's going to beat him in 22. Then Hammerstone, Shibata. Shibata's going to beat him in 20. Oh, Shibata's Road Agent. Comes at the Liger. Then Hanari and Ishii's probably a steal of the show match. Yep. Hanari going to beat Tomohiro Ishii. Oh, wow. He's going to put him over. Hell yeah. And then Alexander going to beat the Great Okan. United Empire versus United Empire guy. Could have went either way. Realistically speaking there. As that's awesome, though. It's an awesome little match. And that will give us a match to two, kind of whatever. But again, I think we want to put over somebody to Togi Makabe. It's a guy that could use that win. Again, I'm really thinking Arata should get this win. Keep on having him get some wins. Keep on having him beat guys. As we'll throw him and Rocky back out there. Just keep on keeping on for Tomoya Arata. Just kind of keep on trading wins back and forth between him and Brody King. Just to kind of get those guys over. Alrighty. Day 28. Let's run the show. Great Bash Heel versus Chaos. As the Chaos team gets the win. As, yeah, Rocky with a 56, 51 for Arata. Great stuff. Great stuff all around there. 70 for Alexander and Great Okan. They had great chemistry. Josh Alexander, the TKO on 23-40. Good little match there. 63 for Harada and Ishii. Ishii was a bit off his game. And yeah, it's a little too short. But that's okay. We had to have a steal the show match somewhere. And then Shibata and Hammerstone. A Shibata with a cross armbar, which wasn't really that great of a match, unfortunately. Glad that didn't get really a lot of high booking. As Pac's injury, big toll still, that breast contusion. Yeah, that deep bruise is going to suck. Going to suck for sure as the corkscrew shooting star press for Pac in 21-34. Then our main event, 78, Kenta, Sonata. Sonata with a huge win over Kenta with a skull end in 28-40. And that really is going to put him at the head of the table for Block D, which Block D is falling apart. I feel like we're taking 3 steps forward with blocks A, B, and C, and then Block D takes us like 3 steps back. It seems like, because it seems like it's Kenta's block. Like as far as like good performances, it's just Kenta and Pac. Pac before the injury, but now that Pac's hurt, it's really hurting us. Ishii's definitely feeling like the effects of just father time, and same thing with Shibata and all that jazz. But that will do it for this part of the G1 Climax episode. As I hope you all have enjoyed as far as splitting up these episodes as far as for the G1, making it a little bit more compact for everyone. And I think it's been a lot of fun. I think it gives importance to everybody. It shows that this G1 is huge. It puts it over in a big way. For we kind of looked at some of the, as far as the standings a little bit, but we'll run through them again here just to remind everyone. So Hiromu and Okada, of course, tied after the draw with 11, and Doring and Naito have 10. So that's a hell of a race, and Calvin Takeman has an outside shot on being pretty close. Let's say he gets 12. He beats both Katsuya Kinemura and Will Hobbs. He'll finish with 12. Depending on what happens with Doring, Okada, Hiromu, and Naito, I mean, that could be a hell of a 1-2 there. But obviously with Okada and Naito, they still have a match left. So that's going to be a big deciding factor of this block. I just love how this block just came together. Top 4 guys make sense. Everything just kind of coming together there. Block B, hell of a block. It's been the block, I think, as far as so far in the tournament. 11 points for Bryan and Tanahashi. Of course, they had the draw, so God only knows what's going to happen if they finish tied still. Bryan's got Cobb and Zack left, which is awesome, and Tanahashi has Jay White and Shingo left, so some big matches still for every one of those guys. Jay White and Jeff Cobb with 8 is awesome to see. Shingo with 8, Nakamura with 8, and Zack with 8. I mean, that is a hell of a final. I mean, really, realistically speaking, you have 7 guys that could win this thing. It's pretty nuts. Shows you how cutthroat that block is. And Block C, Ashino running away with it so far with 13 points. Still not entirely over, because if Brody wins his next 2 and Ashino loses his next 2, they will be tied, and they'll have to do a tiebreaker because of the draw. So could happen there. As far as that would be pretty nuts. It really came down to just those 2, because Ashino has been tremendous. He has not lost yet. He's either had the draw or he's won all of them. So that's pretty nice for him. There, he's sitting pretty tight. And as far as just kind of wild to think, like Kingston's got 8. Like, that's huge for him. Juice with 8, Bushi with 8, and Miro with 8. It's been a fun block, Block C. And then Block D, it's been Sonata's block so far. It's still not over as far as Sonata, even though he could still blow it. He's got Shibata left, and he's got Takeda left. He could realistically finish with either 14 to 16, but I doubt he'll get 16. Pac sitting there, can get it. Kenta can still get it, even though he's lost to him. A lot can still happen, though. A lot can still happen with that D block. It's nice that really the worst person is a guy with 4 points. It shows you again how kind of even that block is. But yeah, that will do it for this part of the episode 41, the G1 Climax here. So we got the home stretch now, and we'll see. Episode 41, part 3 will be 29 to 36 plus the semifinals and the finals. Should be a hell of an end to this tournament. That's been pretty fun. And the 4 blocks have really been a lot of fun to do. I thought I was a little nervous, going into this, because it's like, man, we're going to do so many shows. It's going to be crazy. And so far, 28 in, and it's been a blast so far. I think breaking it up like this was definitely the best idea for this. And we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.